Hello again, I am Jim Bob, and welcome to the start of Season 5 of Hardcore Playthrough here on the PS5. This is going to be our year. Surely this is going to be our year. After the stellar performance we had last year, now is the time to really kick on and take the fight to Red Bull and wrestle away that Constructors' Championship and that Drivers' Championship. Tonight is pre-season, and then we head to Bahrain. So I'm going to start tonight's episode with the same thing I did last season. At the start of last season, we're going to have a quick recap of the year that's just been. Our 2026 season. We'll start by taking a look at how we did. So let's take a look at where we finished. Now, obviously, this will only show the race results. It does not have sprint results in here, which is a little annoying, but I can remember some of the sprint performances. So as you can see, we got points on the first race of the season, 7th place with Oscar Piastri. Not so good for Mick, unfortunately. I think we had a discrepancy in the parts of the car, or maybe Mick had made a mistake, I can't remember. But yeah, points on our first race, not a bad start. We then went to Jeddah, and points again, and this time both cars in the points, albeit only just. We finished in 9th and 10th. Not too bad, gave us a nice little confidence boost, considering that we were looking reasonably strong at that point. We went to Melbourne after that. Points again. We had 8th place with Oscar Piastri. 15th place with Mick. Not so good, but, more points. And then we kicked our season into overdrive at Baku, as we have become a little notorious for doing. We went to Baku and we had 2nd place in the sprint. And then 1st place with Oscar in the race. Unfortunately, Mick decided to destroy his car in both the sprint and in the main race. Very expensive weekend, indeed. Then we went to Miami, and our drivers flipped the script. And this time it was Mick who was the point scorer, and Oscar was the problem child, crashing his car twice. And costing me another 3.4 million for the 2nd week in a row. Not so good. That there was nearly 8 million in those 2 races of emergency manufacturing that we had no choice about, because one car crashed in the sprint, which meant we were locked in on those parts and we didn't have spares. And then we made some replacement parts to replace the ones that got destroyed again in the race at Baku by the time we got to Miami, only for Oscar to then crash in qualifying and force me to make a whole nother batch of parts and then crash again in the race. It was horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. So, yeah. After that, we went to Imola. Good race for us there, 5th and 7th. Still had some strong pace at that point. Then Monaco, we got our first podium for Mick. We got 3rd place at Monaco with Mick and 8th place for Oscar. Then we went to Barcelona, and after that we had a 4th and a 5th. Again, strong result. A little way off, unfortunately, about 19 seconds off the lead of Lando in the end, but more solid points. Then came Montreal, the race I always adore, and we got a two car podium, 2nd and 3rd there, and it was close. You can see just 1.2 seconds away from Max and just 3.5 seconds away with Mick. Very, very close. After Montreal was another sprint weekend at Austria. Can't remember how the sprint went, but as you can see, another podium. 2nd place for Oscar. Mick just off the podium there by 1.5 seconds away from Gasly. Almost made it another double podium there, but more solid points for the team. Silverstone came next. And after Silverstone, yet another podium. This time it was Mick on the third step. Oscar just a couple of tenths behind him. Just less than 3 tenths behind him. Then we go to Budapest for an ATA weekend. Second place for Oscar, another strong podium finish. And Mick down in ninth, getting a couple of extra points for the team there. Spa, another sprint weekend. Can't remember how the sprint went. I think it went quite well. Then 5th and 10th in the race itself. Not the best result for us, considering how quick our car was and how good we could have been. But again, solid points. We go to Zandvoort after that. 4th and 5th. We're keeping those results going, which is really, really important towards the end of the season to get those extra points that we needed. So a great way to come back from our mid-season break there. But then Monza, I had some hopes that we might compete for the win. Wasn't quite to be, but it was close. You can see Oscar just 1.5 seconds, less than 1.5 seconds, off of Lando Norris in the end there. Just didn't quite have enough left in the tyres. But 3rd and 5th at Monza. More strong points and another podium. Singapore was where I thought our season might really start to fall apart a little bit. It was a little bit of a strange race, and we got a decent result, 5th and 9th. I thought coming here, with our car starting to struggle in the downforce rankings, that we would start to really struggle to score points. But in the end, a solid 5th place for Mick, 32 seconds off Max. But 5th place, that's strong points. That's 10 points for Mick, and then another couple of points for Oscar on top of that as well. After that was Suzuka. This is where we did struggle a little bit more. 3rd place for Mick, but Oscar a long way off. Mick was just able to really time things quite nicely. I thought we'd do a lot worse here than we did, but I think we were a little fortunate with Mick's podium. I'm not going to knock it. Lusail, we had a strong performance in the sprint. Did not translate at all well in the race, unfortunately. 6th and 15th. It was a bit of a shocker. Just didn't have the pace that we needed to stay with the front runners when we needed to. And, mistakes from our drivers led them to losing confidence and as a result, lap time. After that, we went to Austin. Again, we had a pretty strong result in the sprint. I think we had a 1-2 in the sprint here at COTA, if memory serves. And then 2nd place for Oscar, but a long way off Max. Look, by this point, we're now 26 seconds off the pace in 2nd and just fighting off Kevin Magnussen. Keep that 2nd spot. Mick even further down, nearly twice as far back in 9th place. Not a great race for Mick there. Mexico was the race I thought we could do, have a real chance of winning after some potentially iffy races. And, Mick had a great race, finished in 3rd, but it just all went wrong for Oscar. And in the end, we retired the car to try and save the powertrain and the other components for the remaining races. Then we went to Sao Paulo, and this was a big surprise because I thought we would get battered in Sao Paulo. But a decent result in the sprint, 4th place for Mick in the race. Unfortunately, not so good for Oscar. Another DNF. I think this time was an actual just write-off of the car, if memory serves. And then Vegas. This was the one I was desperate to win so that we could get a 2nd win in the season. This was our best chance outside of Baku to have actually scored a win. And we did it. It went right down to the wire, but we got the win. Mick Schumacher taking home the top step, just half a second ahead of Charles Leclerc, and Oscar fighting through from a poor start to finish in 3rd place. Another double podium and our 2nd win of the season. And then we rounded the season off, and there was a little bit of controversy because there was a glitch in the point scoring system during the as it stands charts during the race, and I was worried for a second that we weren't going to get enough points to actually secure 2nd place. But 3rd place for Oscar meant that regardless of McLaren getting a 1-2, all we needed was 5th place. We got 3rd and a podium to round off the season. Not a great race for Mick. He just lost it in the final sector quite early on in the race, brought out a safety car, wiped his car out, and I started to get a little worried from that point. Yeah, we were cruising at that point, running in 4th and 5th or 5th and 6th, something like that. We had it on lockdown. And then that just suddenly put the pressure on. But we managed to overcome that. As I say, 3rd place, more than we needed. And that secured a 2nd place in the standings. So now we look ahead to the start of a brand new season. We have some staffing changes coming up. We have replaced Dan Fallows with Enrico Cardele, who will be joining us in a day's time. Likewise, we have replaced Dirk de Beer with Diego Tondi, who will be joining us tomorrow as well. We've renewed a contract with Ben Michel. He signed another 2 years, I think, maybe 3. I think it's 2 years. And Josh still has plenty of time left on his contract as well. And Alan Permain will be with us next season. We may replace him the season after that. If we do another season, we'll see how that goes. So, let's start pre-season preparation. Now you see, our target was to finish 4th in the Drivers' Championship. Well, these are our results. Sorry, we finished 4th in the Drivers' Championship and 2nd in the Constructors. Our target last season was to finish 5th. We finished 2nd. We also got a long-term target done a season early, which was to get podiums in 6 races. And we got 12, which was fantastic. New target for this year is to finish 2nd in the Constructors. And we have a new long-term target. We've got 4 seasons to do this now, and that's to win the Constructors' Championship. We are going to accept those targets and continue our journey with Alpha Tauri. How you doing, Army? How you doing, Jeremy? Patkins, Derek, Baron, Zeus? Good to see you all. I hope you're looking forward to the new season as much as I am. Apologies that we didn't do it last night. Overslept, just got tired, fell asleep, woke up, and by then it was like midnight. It's like, well, it's not happening tonight. But here we are, ready to do it tonight. We have got 19 million carrying over at the start of this season, thanks to payments from the board and sponsors, etc. Let's have a look at our obligations. Race hospitality, we're going to leave that at the minimum number of days, which is 5. Memorabilia room, we're going to whack that up to 25, which is the maximum. Driver appearances, we're going to make it both drivers, but we are going to drop it down to 10. That'll bring in 6.3 mil. Race weekend driver appearances, I want to drop this down as far as I possibly can. Just 5, but we will do it for both drivers. And confirm those changes. Right, merchandising. This is the one that is always the important one. Now, we've got quite a bit of facility stuff done, so we don't have to worry about upgrading facilities. So we want to try and make sure we've got enough money to get some good pre-season development started. So, let's see. I want to spend... I don't really want to spend more than 9 million. That'll leave me just over 10 million. I do want to make sure we've got a bit more cash. Let's go with 9 million. So we'll go 2,500 in merchandising units. Just looking at that's going to give us 4.5 mil per race. Ooh, that's more. We can actually afford to drop that down a little bit more, maybe. I'm going to go with just 2,000 units. That's 3.6 million. That's still 500,000 more than we were getting in per race last year, despite it being 1,000 less units of merchandise, because we've got extra prize money this year. So we will go ahead and just do that. And that way we're carrying across about 11.5, 12 million into the new season. There we go. 12.8 actually. That's pretty nice. In fact, actually, I am going to just bump that up to that. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so that means we'll get 4 million per race. Very nice. Race simulator events, not a chance. Race day factory events and factory events, not happening. We want to keep the factories nice and unclogged with sponsor appearances. So let's confirm those sponsorship obligations. That says our income is 3,000 per race. Oh, sorry, 3 million per race. Oh, okay, yeah, I see why. All right, I'm gonna have to bump that up a bit more then. It's gonna give me 11 million. How much is that gonna give me per race? Just over 3 mil. Okay, it's slightly less than last season. I need to make sure we've got money for getting going though, so it'll have to be that. We'll just have to make do with that. Can't really go any worse than that. So there we go, there's our objectives. Second or above in the championship this season, and our long-term objective is to be the Constructors' Champion. We've got 4 years to do that. Technical regulations, let's have a look. This is what our front wing is going to look like in terms of gains that we've made over research from last year. So some nice gains in the brake cooling, as you can see. We've covered off the losses of the downforce there quite nicely. A nice little boost to our airflow as well. With the rear wing, not quite so good. Good in the high speed, a little below in the medium, a little bit below in the low speed, but a bit of a boost to airflow sensitivity, drag reduction, and DRS. Side pods, just the one very low value project on that, but we'll get some slight gains on that. Underfloor, this is where we put a lot of time and money. Big gains in the high speed, as you can see, against the losses. Same with the medium speed, and we've covered off the low speed very nicely there as well. We'll get 22.6% airflow sensitivity boost and 16% improvement to drag reduction. Very nice indeed. And then for our suspension, we've got a little bit of a boost to our brake cooling again. High speed is covered off, just about covered off the medium, a little below in the low speed, but we can work on that. Again, a bit of a boost to our airflow and another 8% on our drag reduction as well. Feeling reasonably confident that with the right upgrades at the start of the year, we can really have a strong car when we kick on that first race in Bahrain. Right, financial changes. You can see these are the changes. So the cost cap, the prize money stays the same. We earned ourselves 93 million last season for finishing in second. If we finish there again, we'll get another 93.5 mil. That'll be quite nice. Be really nice though. We could take that number 1 spot. And then in terms of sporting regulations, there are some changes. No changes to points or anything like that. But CFD allocation has increased for the top 3 teams. Then it stays the same for the next 2 teams, and then the bottom, teams from 6 on down will all lose a little bit of extra, and then it drops down quite a bit in the bottom. Unfortunately, as you can see, 9th and 10th have actually lost 0.6 MAU hours there, and again 0.6 for 8, 0.3 there, 0.3 there. No change for 5th place, and then everyone, or 4th place, and then 3rd, 2nd, and 1st all gain 0.3 MAU hours. And it's the same for wind tunnel testing as well. So again, you can see those reductions like that, and then the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd getting some extra hours. So we are getting an extra 4 hours for the 2027 season, which is quite nice. Powertrain manufacturers, and we are going home. We are going to fight Red Bull with their own engines this year. We are going to match Red Bull against Red Bull, and we are going to hopefully Give them a right good kick in the knackers. So we actually save a little bit of cash there as well. So we've got an extra $1 million on our starting budget. Let's go ahead and confirm that. And here we are at the start of Season 5. So let's go to our inbox. Now you can see we've got an outgoing email, or an email from our outgoing technical chief, Dan Fallows, and then a new one from our new technical chief, Enrico Cardale. Looks like Dan Fallows has gone back to Aston Martin. You can see the green collar on his shirt there is a bit of a giveaway. Alan Permain telling us about our pit crew. They don't look too bad, actually. They don't look too bad at all. Dirk De Beer has gone to Ferrari, as you can see by the red collar and black shoulders. Let's see. Anyone else change? Nope. Those are all the same. Get our training in for the start of the new calendar year. Got a little bit of fatigue. I'm going to give them the first 3 days off. We'll get them started here, and I want them focusing on a solid week of gym training. Give them the Sunday off, and now we'll start to go to our normal kind of split. There we go, and continue that format for the rest of the month. There we go. By the time I get to the end of the month, we'll have gained a nice little bit there in terms of all of our stats, which is quite nice to see. Not quite as much car building of gain as I would have liked. Let's try throwing in a little bit more car building. Hasn't made a huge difference. We'll do it anyway. Okay, training is done. Now we need to allocate some training to our staff for the new ones that have just turned up. So, let's take a quick look. So we have a 99 on the rear wing and a 99 on the other floor. That is lovely. Lovely stuff. So we need to work on some other areas. Chassis is going to need some work. Side pods and suspension, that's definitely an area we could get some improvements. And that is the one we're going to go with. The bodywork. Those are the two main areas that need improving, the chassis and side pods, and it's always good to get an improvement to suspension. Let's have a look at Tondi. Tondi has got no 99s. Got a 97 in the low speed downforce, so that's quite nice. Okay, we could look at airflow intake. Kind of don't want to do the airflow intake. You know what? No, let's do it. We'll get cooling, we'll get DRS, and we'll get drag reduction improvements on that. Not so worried about the airflow management, but the other three definitely. So we'll go with airflow intake. Ben's training is on balanced because he's signed a new contract. We want him working on responsiveness. And Josh should still be on car analysis, which he is. Excellent stuff. Alan Permain still on drill planning. That is also good. Drivers. Let's have a look at our drivers. still on short run pace, and wet track. Yeah, we'll leave them on wet track. Okay. Scouting. Is there anyone we want to scout? Not yet. Check our facilities. So we are 79 days away from our factory being upgraded. That should be ready just in time for Melbourne, I think. I'd guess. 39 days away from the design center. That'll be ready in time for the first round of upgrades after the first round of upgrades, if that makes sense. Wind tunnel is fine, CFD's fine, suspension and car parts test centers are fine. Facilities over here, not too bad. Team hub and racing both in danger of breaking at some point in the future. Helipad's in poor condition, memorabilia room's in poor condition. Let's just spruce that up for the sake of the sponsors. Helipad will wait a little bit. And let's take a look at our car. Have we done a good job? Seeing some good positive signs there. We're in the top of the top bracket in terms of speed, acceleration, DRS, and low speed. Down a little bit in the medium and the high speed. Down a little bit in the dirty air. Down fractionally in the brake cooling, and down just a few percent in the engine cooling. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Not only are we our fifth fastest, we've got the best acceleration and the best DRS. And that's with a not great rear wing project for research done as well. Oh, I'm really liking our chances this year. Okay, let's get some parts done. So let me see where we're weakest first of all. All right, chassis is not great, so we need to really work on a new chassis. Front wing isn't great. It's good in the low speed, not so good in the medium, not bad in okay in the high speed, I suppose. Terrible in the brake and airflow on the front wing. Rear wing. Rear wing's looking very tasty, thank you very much. Side pods, these will probably be pretty bad as well. Yes, they are. So we need to do a new side pod project as well. Underfloor should be amazing. Yeah, we thought the drag reduction would have been a little bit better than that, but very good to see those downforce numbers. Very pleased with that. And the suspension, not bad. Pretty good suspension. So we need to do a chassis, we need to do a side pod, and probably, I would say, a front wing. Those are the three parts we need to focus on first. So let's get a chassis into production. Our chassis is awful, so we're going to put everything onto a chassis. There we go. Not going to play about with the sliders. I am going to take life out of the chassis. There we go. And let's go with one engineer on an intense approach. There we go. Next up, side pods. No hours to put into this one, unfortunately. We're going to leave the sliders where they are. We're going to take life out because we don't need them to be overly durable. One engineer, intense. That's another 3 million. Job done. Right, front wing. 7.7 million left. Let's see. So I want to focus on the medium and the high speed. more than the low speed. So let's bump that like that. And let's take just a little bit of life out of it. Again, we're going to go intense. There we go. I've got enough, maybe to do a suspension. That might be 3 million. It is. It's 3.9 million. Okay, so we'll just do those 3 parts for now. And then that saves a bit of cash for later. How you doing, Mr. Water? Good to see you. And Victor, good to see you too. Okay. Advancing some time. Let's go to our inbox. So there is our car report showing the improvements from last season to this season. Before we've even got any upgrades on the car, you can see the DRS effectiveness stat is a bit broken. There's no way we've gained 83%. But everything else, you can see how much speed we've gained from 2026 to 2027. That's a lot. From the start of the year to the end of the year, that's a huge gain in speed. That can't be accurate. None of those figures can be accurate. Surely not. Unless that's the day one stats from January 1st, 2026. Which it might be. Right, here we go. This is the important email that everybody always wants to see. Who drives for who? No change at Red Bull or Alpha Tauri. Same driver lineups. Let's check out the reserves. Vladimir Belajax has gone to Red Bull. We still have Ollie Behrman. McLaren and Alpine are up next. Oops, wrong stick. So it's Lando and Ocon with Michel Guerin as their reserve at McLaren. Sainz has gone to Alpine alongside Alex Albon to replace Ocon, who's obviously gone to McLaren. So Tsunoda's moved. Tsunoda has gone somewhere. Jürgen Hoffmann is the Alpine reserve. All right, next 2 teams, Aston Martin and Ferrari. Stroll still has a job, as does Gasly, and Donatella has made her way onto an F1 team at Aston Martin. Ferrari still have George Russell and Sergio Perez, and they've got Jack Crawford as their reserve driver. Okay, Williams and Mercedes. Let's have a look who's driving for these 2 teams. Magnussen and Bottas. Joe has gone from Williams to Mercedes. And Giovinazzi has gone from Alfa Romeo to Williams. And then Josef Hübner has gone to Williams with Roman Staniak at Mercedes. Haas and Alfa Romeo. Maloney still has a job. He will be lining up alongside Teo Pourchaire. And my dark horse pick last year, Gabriele Mini, did enough to get himself a reserve drive at Haas. Alfa Romeo have got Isaac Hadjar in to replace Giovinazzi, who has obviously gone to Williams. Vachor still has his job, and Dino Beganovic is the reserve driver. There we go. That is your 2027 driver lineup. Let's see. Are there any established names in here left, or are they all new gens now? Franco Colapinto. Yeah, I think his chances are probably pretty gone. Most of these guys are, it's a mixture of new gens and F3 drivers who've been promoted up. O'Sullivan and Mansell have been promoted up. Bortoletto has been promoted up. Edgar, Aaron, Colapinto, Fornaroli, they've all been promoted up. Sebastian Montoya has been promoted up. Nicholas Solov, but I think everybody else might be a new gen. There might be one that I missed there. So some interesting changes. Shall we have a look, see who's got what engines as well? Let's do that. So let's go to Sakhir and go to powertrain usage. So Ferrari obviously have Ferrari. McLaren are with Mercedes. Red Bull have to have Red Bull. Mercedes have to have Mercedes. Alpine have to have Renault. Williams have Red Bull engines. Haas have got Mercedes. We have gone back full circle to Red Bull powertrains. Ferrari engines in the Alfa Romeo. Red Bull engines in the Aston Martin. So there's just one team with the Renault engines, and that is Alpine. Two teams with Mercedes engines. That's Mercedes and McLaren. And then two teams with Ferrari engines. So Red Bull definitely the popular engine this season, with 4 teams with Red Bull engines. No Yuki this season. That's right, Yuki hasn't got a job. I've got to have a look at the driver market now. So yeah, Yuki Tsunoda is out of contract. Well. How did he not get a job? Maybe he just wasn't willing to sign for one of the lower teams and none of the top teams wanted him. It's possible. Maybe he just priced himself out of the market. Let's see. You know who I'm not seeing on this list at the moment? Fernando Alonso. Has he retired? I think he has. Hamilton's retired. No, Fernando Alonso. So Fernando has retired. Interesting. Approved deadline, reduced deadline for the chassis. Very nice. Yes, thank you very much. We'll get that a week early. Maybe not even a week, maybe just a few days early. Okay, new chassis is done. Okay. Don't have enough money to design a new part just yet, but give me a couple of days and I'll get one going. Let's have a look at scouting some of these new rookie drivers. So let's scout Hoffman and Bogdanovic. Adam Duda is in F2. They're all in F2 now. Okay, let's check some other staff. Technical chiefs. Gamon show is still going. Neil Holdy. There we go. We'll come back to the other areas later. Do I want to sponsor Luc Foray? No, is the answer. All right, that's the end of the first month. Let's see how our drivers develop themselves. So, a point in adaptability for Oscar. No improvement for Mick. Has he reached a point where he's just not going to improve much anymore? And only a point for Oscar. That's a little concerning. A point for Ollie, and a point in smoothness and in accuracy. Not too bad. Let's get some more training done. So, onto our usual schedule of training. In fact, I'm going to make a slight tweak to it this season because I want to really work on our car building a little bit more this year. So we'll make day 1 car building day. Yes, happy with that. Okay, there we go. Now we've got 11.3 mil in the bank. More than enough now to make some new parts. So let's get a suspension underway. 35 days till we get more hours. That's fine. Let's go with an intense build. 81 days away from Baku. That's fine. And let's do another underfloor. Just to give us a little bit of extra boost to what's already a pretty solid part. As you can see. Actually, I forgot to take life out of the suspension. Never mind, we'll take a little bit of life out of the underfloor there, save a bit more weight. Going to go intense on that. Just the one engineer. I really want to maximize my experience gain on each of these parts. And then we'll start doing multiple engineers when we get a little bit further on in the season. How you doing, Anthony? Good to see you. Okay. Let's manufacture these new Cypods. There we go. And I don't have enough money for another intense part. Not yet. Okay, now what we do need to do is, before I forget, is make sure that we boost our helipad. There we go. Before the season starts. How you doing, John? Good to see you. Ollie Behrman goes up another ranking point. Excellent stuff. Design center upgrade is now complete. Lovely stuff. That will give us some very nice gains. So you can see there, we now have the ability to hire more engineers. Our drag reduction goes up from 2.4%, which is what it was when it started to break. So normally 3% has gone up by an extra percent to 4%. Obviously, that is going to cost us a little bit more money every month, but it will be worth it, I think. Helipad is done. All right, front wing is done. Let's get those into manufacturing. Get 4 of those done. There we go. Still don't have enough money for new parts yet, so we'll have to wait till after Baku for that. Oh, it's giving us this again at the beginning of the season. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Approved budget. Absolutely, I want that extra improvement. Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. All right, got scout reports back on Neil Holdy, Jan Moncho, Dino Beganovic, and Jürgen Hoffman. Okay, let's have a look at Aero. There's nobody really in there that I want to scout. Sort of sporting directors. Sven. Jeremy. Aurelian. Jan. There we go. Okay, here we go then. It is the day of the Grand Prix. How's my suspension facility? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's level 3. So in line with most of my other facilities. Let's see what our car looks like now that everyone else has thrown some upgrades on. Oh, speed's gone down a bit, hasn't it? But only just. We're still mighty quick. Acceleration has dipped a little bit. DRS is still the best. Downforce has definitely taken a hit. But we have passed the mud on our cars. Let me just put them on car 2 for now. So we can see the improvements that we have made. We're still waiting on these, aren't we? Yes. Okay, so that is the difference in performance between our cars with the new parts that are on right now. Nothing massive. Some nice gains in the medium downforce and the high downforce. Decent gains in the low downforce. Acceleration's got a nice little boost. Top speed's had a nice little boost. We have improved brake cooling by the tiniest margin. Same with engine cooling's gained about 1.5%. And we have stripped a good 10 kilos out of the car as well. That's where we stand now, which is not bad. Not bad at all. Not quite as quick. We were very quick at the start of the season. Our DRS has taken a little bit of a dip against others. I think that might just be because we're at 83% dead. So I think it's tied with... if I was to change that... Yeah, it's simply because Mick's car is registering as car 1. But nice to see those improvements. Very nice to see those improvements. So let's take a look at Red Bull for a direct comparison. We're about 0.3 kilometers an hour faster than them, or 0.25 kilometers an hour faster than them. Got a little edge in acceleration, very low. Got a nice little boost in DRS. And we do have an advantage in all the downforce areas. Nothing earth-shatteringly big, but you know, it all adds up, and we have a little bit of an improvement in dirty air as well. Yeah, I am feeling confident that we can get off to a strong start this year. Let's have a look at last season's disappointments. Let's start with Ferrari. It's nothing earth-shatteringly good in the numbers department for Ferrari. They're not too far away speed-wise, but they are down in acceleration by quite a bit. They're down in DRS by a fair bit. Downforce stats aren't horrendous. They're not bad, actually. Let's take a look at Mercedes, who also had a shocker last year. Speed is not bad. Acceleration, again, pretty rubbish compared to us. DRS isn't too far away. they're not a million miles away in the downforce areas. They've definitely stepped up their game from last season. It's definitely a tight field by the look of it in terms of the numbers. It should be a very interesting first race. Let's set some targets. So we should have the ability to get both cars into Q3. I'm not saying we're going to get both in the top 4, but I do think we're going to get both in the top 8. Fastest lap, we'll definitely try for that. Finish position, I'm going to go 2 in the top 6 tonight. Feeling kind of confident. Finish position, 2 in the top 6 for 2 races. Okay, let's go 2 in the top 8 for 3 races on our quali streak. Just get a feel for where our car actually sits. All right, who's ready to start a brand new season? I am. Let's go to Bahrain.
Welcome to Bahrain, ladies and gentlemen. F1 is back. Every team and driver comes here with the same goal, to win. But that's for the end of the season. For now, they have to prepare to fight for F1 glory. Bahrain International Circuit was Formula One's first venue in the Middle East and is still a calendar favourite. Dusty and challenging, this desert track is a real test of endurance for teams and for drivers. Change is afoot in Alfa Romeo's crew, with a new driver manning their car. So, let the weekend begin.
All right, let's get things underway. I am going to give Oscar a run against Ollie in the first practice session here. We are going to go with soft tyres for both drivers. We want to go 17 laps. We're going to drop all those stats right down. Car setup, let's start with Ollie's car. Let's go with a 3 on the front wing. An 11.5, a 7.3, a 3.25, and a 0.05. There we go. Right, Oscar's turn. Soft tyres for him, 17 laps. Drop those settings right down. And let's go a little different. Let's go with a 4, an 11, a 6.4. 3.35 and a 0.35. There we go. And there she is, our 2027 car. Isn't she a beauty and looking identical to every other season that we've done?
Radio check.
Ah, dear, there we go.
Radio check. Yeah, copy.
First onto the track.
Radio check. Yeah, radio check loud and clear.
So,
A bit less curb.
what shall we talk about? How about let's talking about F1 24, F1 Manager 24. Announced today, the big ticket item, custom creator team is going to be a thing. So you will have the option to manage one of the 10 existing teams or create a brand new team of your choosing to run as an 11th team on the grid. Very pleased to see that in there. But that's not the only thing that's coming. There are some real improvements on paper that have been hinted at and kind of just glossed over very subtly. There's going to be engine malfunctions. There's going to be a new engine department for reliability, I'm guessing, from the look of it. So it looks like they're expanding the backroom technical staff a bit more with now a reliability director to go alongside technical and aero and sporting. So they are fleshing out the back scenes a little bit more by the look of it. We don't know for definite yet, but based on what I saw in the 40-second trailer that they dropped earlier today. So yeah, we will have random technical glitches. Now, they might be catastrophic, they might be just temporary, they might affect just that particular session or just a moment in that session. Looks as though it'll be a mixture of all three, again, from the couple of still images I saw within that trailer. So I am liking the look of that. That's something I've been wanting for the game for a while. We're also going to have a more aggressive market. So your drivers and staff will be approached by other teams. I have been wanting that since day one of the first game. So pleased that that's going to be in there now. They are making some changes to the way contracts work as well. So I'm kind of curious as to how that's going to impact us on our end. There's definitely some changes. They're running in some new camera angles. I think, well, new camera shots. I'm thinking we might see some more sort of helicopter shots being added into the mix. Beyond that, I don't know. I don't know if they're adding in any more actual camera angles. Maybe they're going to add in a new gimbal camera on the car, one that rotates around a little bit. You know, we shall see. Obviously, we're going to get the updated sprint format. There were some other things I think that were briefly touched on. But the important thing is, if you want to get much more information, the next Frontier Unlocked live stream will be on Wednesday, the 27th of March, 6 p.m. in the UK, on Twitch and YouTube. So make sure you tune in for that. And that will feature F1 Manager 24. I shall definitely be watching that before the live stream that evening. So we will find out more information in, 2 weeks?
How is the car?
Definitely looking forward to that.
Anything sound balance?
Oh yes, that goes without saying, Army. Along with creating your own team, you'll have an overhaul to the sponsorship thing. Now, I don't think that will really pay too much attention or have too much of an impact if you're managing an existing team. But if you're creating your own team, then I imagine, you know, they're all going to be sort of generic, you know, off-brand sponsors like we've had in the F1 games from Codemasters. But there'll be a whole new overhaul of that. The way I think it'll work is it'll be one or the other. I think you'll either be able to manage one of the existing 10 teams and then get fired and sacked and move teams, or manage your own team and become an 11th team on the grid. And I don't think you'll have the ability to switch between those two modes. Might be wrong, but that's just how I feel that's going to be. We shall find out a bit more, you know, as I say, in a couple of weeks. But I get the feeling it'll be, you get to be one of the 10 existing teams and have it like it is right now, where you can get sacked, or you can leave at the end of the season and go somewhere else, or you can run as an 11th team of your own design, but you can only ever run with that team. You can't leave them to go to an existing team. And I just get the feeling if they are going to lock it away like that, that it won't be doable in the other direction either. You won't be able to go from one of the existing 10 to then create your own team after that. I hope I'm wrong on that, but I just get the feeling that's the way it might be. We shall see. We shall see. There's been no official release date. They've just said summer. Based on when this game came out. This game came out in August last year. So I would guess similar kind of window. Take a look at our opening feedback. We got 93% from Ollie and 84% from Oscar. It's not too bad. So looking at the pace stats, it looks as though Ollie is only 3/10 away from Oscar. That's impressive. Speaking of Ollie being only 3/10 away, how impressive was he at Saudi Arabia this weekend? Very, very good. Such a calm and sure drive. Some wonderful, attempts at overtaking. You know, he certainly showed no fear. He was brave in his attempts, but he wasn't reckless. He was a joy to watch, and yeah, I think he's pretty much a shoe-in for a seat at Haas next season. They're going to want him in a car ASAP down at Ferrari, I think. Right, let's try mixing this up a little bit if we can. Let's go 5.11, 6.4, 3.15. That isn't going to work. All right, what about a 3? I don't have a 3. 11. What if I'm going to have to wing this one? All right, what might this be? Move that to a 7.3. I'm going to try that. Let's see how we do with that. Let's have a look at Ollie. Okay, front wing obviously is going to need to go up, which means that's going to come down. And pull that back. Not sure if that's enough movement on the front wing, but we'll try it. See how that does. I say it's going to be weird not seeing Yuki on the grid this year.
Cars off there. So watch for debris through that.
Right, so this was the 4th corner. The cars jostling for position. And not just
Oh, happened right behind us. We weren't
that,
involved in that, thankfully. That was Perez and Stroll.
One driver from the pack.
How you doing, Shubham? How you doing, Arjun? Yeah, we nearly got collected in that little collision there. No penalties given. AI has been given a tweak in the new game as well, apparently. So we should see some better, more aggressive racing.
How's the car?
Maybe some smarter racing. 92%. That's a bit of an improvement. Up from, what, 84%? And there we go. We nailed it with Oscar. Beautiful stuff. So when he hands the car over to Mick, it'll be just primed and ready to go. Evening, Cloud. Not a bad first session. Alright, so we'll go medium tyres. Mick can run the entire session. We'll go medium for Oscar as well. We've got to make some tweaks. That is going to be a 5.5. I did wonder. Push that up there. Pull that back a touch. Yeah, let's go with that. Again, we'll go 38 laps, 40 laps in case we get it right. And off we go.
That's green light. Watch those curbs.
Copy. Norris is always a solid choice, Cloud. Sonoda is a temperamental, but, quick choice. He can become a pocket rocket, but he is very aggressive, so high chance of making mistakes as well. And Ollie is a great choice for a reserve. As is proved by the fact that he's already in 82 after just one season as our reserve driver.
What do you think?
And there we go, we nailed it with Oscar as well. Excellent stuff. So I can put the book away. Don't need that anymore. Now we just need to let the drivers run. So let me see if I can find, actually, while I think about it. Let me actually pop on the thumbnail for tonight's video. As always, new look thumbnail for a new season. There we go, that is now on the video. Let me see, where was that F1 Manager update? There we go. So this is straight from the Frontier website announcing F1 Manager 2024. Create a team. Create your own custom team to challenge the grid and forge a new legacy. Customize every element of your team from setup and livery design to logo and racing suits. Recruit the right staff and drivers and negotiate with sponsors for placement on your car. Then the next section, deeper management. Keep your drivers and staff motivated using the comprehensive new mentality system and dynamic contract negotiations. Take control of your team's facilities and focus your driver's development as you execute your vision. Improved rival team AI, including the new threat of staff and driver poaching, provides an unpredictable and dynamic challenge year on year. Third section, F1 races brought to life. Experience the thrills of an F1 race from a new perspective with improved racing behavior and dynamic new cameras bringing the racing simulation to life. Devise a winning strategy for every race and give your drivers commands to maximize results, but be wary of mechanical failures disrupting even the strongest of strategies. F1 Manager will be launching this summer. Be sure to tune into the next episode of Frontier Unlocked live on Twitch and YouTube at 6 p.m. GMT on Wednesday, the 27th of March. So, yeah, I'm definitely excited for the new game. I'm looking forward to seeing those improvements firsthand. Hopefully, they will be exactly what we need to flesh this game out a little bit more. No mention of live timings, though, which is a little frustrating. I really hope they're going to be a thing. And still no mention about whether or not driver helmets will be unique in normal career mode. I mean, I guess they will be in Create a Team, but we shall see. Right, final session. Once again, we're going to run them to the flag. A little bit of sandbagging, as we always do. Once again, we're seeing about 3/10 difference between Oscar and Mick in Oscar's favour. He is definitely our lead candidate again to try and take the title. But if Mick finds himself in a stronger position towards the end of the season, we will obviously support him over Oscar. We know how quick Oscar can be, but we also know how consistent Mick can be, as we saw in the closing stages of the last season. Well, I say that until Abu Dhabi, when he binned it. Alright, just 24 minutes to go until we are ready for qualifying. Our drivers are pretty much there now on track knowledge, or at least Oscar already is. Mick's about to be there, but we're looking to gain more car part knowledge. So they will run to the flag. Oh, I've just thought. I was wondering why it's so low. I didn't put the new parts on Mick's car, did I? Well, we'll do that before qualifying. But that's a pain. That's why. That's why our car part knowledge is down in the 60% range and not in the 80% range as it should be by now. Or near 80% range. That's not quite so bad, though, in some respects. Because if we do end up having to roll down to older spec parts, or even, beginning spec parts by the end of the season, if we inevitably breach the cost cap again, then at least we'll already have some feedback on those parts rather than going in cold, which will be okay.
This will be checkered flag.
Yeah, we should have been somewhere around about 87% by now in the car part knowledge, I would have thought.
Welcome to qualifying. Let's find out if all that practice will pay off for the drivers.
There are 3 periods of qualifying ahead of the drivers now. Remember, only the fastest 10 will make it through to Q3 for a shot at pole position.
Now, there's been a bit of talk lately about Oscar Piastri. Karun, how's he been doing?
It's obvious that they're feeling confident today, and that's sure to be an advantage. Keen to see what they'll manage here.
Well, we're certainly ready in the commentary box. The drivers are getting ready down in the pit lane, and it's time for qualifying.
Before I go any further, let's put those new parts on both cars. And hopefully we can get through with just a single run here, which would be nice.
Should be green now. Let's get those brake tanks warmed up. Copy. Good warm up on brakes. Copy.
And this is going to be interesting because we've got Charles Leclerc out right behind Oscar. This will be a real test of where our pace is, when we turn the wheel in anger for the first time against our big rivals. There he is, just lurking. I wonder if Yuki will get back on the grid next season. Or is that him out now?
Alright, man, let's go. You got a good gap ahead. Let's go.
Gonna have a clean run, which is nice. No traffic to worry about. Norris making his way onto track now as well. And then Joe is out as well. Kind of curious to see what he can do against Valtteri. Those two hooking up his teammates again. Albeit at a different team this time. Mick slightly quicker than Oscar in the first sector. Oscar slightly quicker than Mick in the middle sector. And we still have purples over the Red Bull. So we are quicker than Charles Leclerc right now. Potentially. All depends on this final sector and just how much ahead or below we were. So 129.5 for Mick. 129.4 for Oscar.
Copy.
Oh, and we're 3/10 quicker than Leclerc. That's a big margin.
Copy.
Right, here comes Joe, starting his flying lap in the Mercedes. What kind of pace are they going to have this season? They were abysmal last year. Ferrari had glimpses of pace, but they fell away so much. Albon is almost a second slower than us. Right, last straight before the final corner. For sure is 3.5 tenths quicker than Albon. Wow. Are Alpine going to be struggling this year? Joe goes just behind Vashaw. Wow, Alfa Romeo look like they've taken a step forward. Norris is in the same kind of window as Leclerc. So we've got 3/10 on Norris right now. Perez still in the pits. Russell now warming up for his first flying lap. Let's see what Max does. Oh, big difference between Magnussen and Giovinazzi there in the Williams. 0.6 of a second. And now ready to drive to the line. Here comes Verstappen. How close to the front is he going to be? He's slower than Charles and Norris. It's looking pretty good so far. Ocon 0.9 of a second behind us. What can the first Ferrari do? Both the Haas drivers starting their flying lap now. Perez now making his way out of the garage. Bottas is on an outlap somewhere. Oh, he's just leaving the garage now. Behind Perez. Sainz goes P6 in the other Alpine. Again, big discrepancy between the two cars. It's half a second between Sainz and Albon. Maloney goes P9 in the first of the Haas's. Porsche goes P7. So Haas are quicker than Mercedes right now. Are they quicker than Ferrari? Here comes Russell up to the line. Gasly is currently in P11. Stroll is on his first flying lap. And Russell is quick. P3 for Russell. In that group of Russell, Leclerc, Norris and Max. Interesting. Right, let's speed some time up a bit. We are not going to run again in this session. We don't need to. Let's see what everyone else can do. Stroll went up to 7th. He's in that chasing pack as well. Albon suddenly shoots up to P3. Leclerc goes P2 as the track is rubbering in a bit and drivers are getting more confidence. Now Max goes P2, but we are still holding on to top spot after just one run at the beginning of the session. Perez is up there with Russell, so Ferrari have improved. Zhou down in 15th. Bottas is in the danger zone. Zhou has crossed the line, so if Bottas improves enough to go through, he's knocking out his teammate. We've already said goodbye to Magnussen and Maloney. Vershaw and Jar are both on new flying laps. We could be saying goodbye to Zhou here. There are 3 cars trying to knock him out and the margins are very close. Can Bottas get through? Or is it going to be another really, really horrendous season for Mercedes? He's out. He's only quick enough for P17. Here comes Vershaw. Any improvement at all? It's enough. That's both Mercedes out in Q1. Zhou in 16th, Bottas 17th. Hajar up to the line. The rookie in his debut race goes P15, knocks out Ocon in the second McLaren, as well as Zhou, Bottas, Maloney and Magnussen. Ooh. Wow. It's going to be a painful, painful season for Mercedes by the look of it. And that's a shock to see Ocon eliminated in Q1. But look at the gap. It's only half a second away from from Charles Leclerc's time there at the end of the session. Very tight field. Evening, DeVito. All right. One run on these tyres again should be all we'll need. We are unfortunately out behind Théo Pourchaire, which might be a little bit of a problem.
Concentrate on the tyre warm-up as best we can.
Oh, it just might mean that we get a double slipstream, one for each of our drivers here.
So start to work on the fronts, get some brake temp.
Copy.
All right, Leclerc and Norris making their way out of the pits. I think Schumacher might be a little bit too close here. We'll see.
Gonna push next lap. So gap ahead is good.
It's going to get a mighty slipstream here.
Good.
I think Oscar might be a little bit too far back. Now we've got an Aston coming out into turn one. That's Oscar's lap ruined. He's going to have to run again. He will be eliminated with that if that's his only time. That's okay, we've got plenty of tyres. Oh, that was close. Yeah, definitely getting held up. I think we need to run both drivers again. Not exactly optimal laps for either of them here. Mick being held up behind Porsche, and Oscar being held up first of all by Gasly, and then almost certainly getting held up a little bit by the Alpine of Albon as well. You see the difference in times, look, 1.36 seconds.
So cool as much as you can.
So let's get them back to the garage and run them again.
Pit limiter on. Stop on the marks and switch off when you get it. Oscar pit lane.
All right, we've got Giovinazzi coming through on a flying lap.
Okay, let's concentrate on that warm-up.
He's going to ruin his lap a little bit. Somehow we managed to slip back in front of Russell. No, that's not Russell. That's Perez. So that must be Perez on a cool-down lap. It is. Okay, that's good. He's not going to get in the way or get an advantageous tow. Russell is on a flying lap right now, though. He's going to come up behind Oscar, probably around the entrance to turn 10. Maybe not. Maybe turn 11. All right, Mick is off.
Lots of bunching.
Got Leclerc exiting into turn 1 right now. There he is in the distance. Perez peels into the pits as Oscar crosses the line. He's going to have to get past the Ferrari. There's going to be some traffic for both of our drivers here. Okay, past the Ferrari without too much drama, I think. And we've got Giovinazzi on a cool-down lap. Hopefully he'll get out of the way nicely for us. No real improvement for Mick, but to be fair, he didn't really need to improve. Might have just gained a little bit in the final sector, but might not be enough.
All right, so it'll be normal in-lap procedures.
But Oscar has improved, and he goes P1.
Currently P1.
129.4 on the last lap,
Copy.
which is not his best. But that is enough to get us through. So, who's going to get eliminated this time? Porsche starts his flying lap. Oh, finishes his flying lap, and he is 9th. That's him done. He's not going to have time for another run. Max on a flying lap. Is he just starting it? I think he might be. Bottom 5 now, all on outlaps, as is for sure. Sainz now starting his flying lap. Now, can the new Alpine driver find his way out of Q2? Get into the top 10. Got an interesting little trio on track right now of Russell, Vasseur and Stroll, all on flying laps. Russell is probably safe. Vasseur and Stroll definitely need to find an improvement. Here comes Sainz, finishing off his lap. Is this enough? Just. He's found nearly 2 tenths. So for sure is currently out, but he's on a hot lap, and so is Stroll. Porsche and Sainz could yet be eliminated. Albon and Giovinazzi are on hot laps as well. I don't know about Hajar. No improvement for Russell. Stroll goes up to P4. Vasseur improves. Now Perez is in danger. He's on a flying lap. So is Hajar. And Albon. Vasseur goes through. Perez is out. And now Vasseur's out. Albon gets himself through. Sainz is out. What about Giovinazzi? Can he get the Williams into the top 10? Got to find a lot. Got to find nearly a second to get through. Look at the tight margins at the top there. 0.2 of a second covers the top 5. Giovinazzi can improve, but only by half a second. It's not enough. He'll be 14th. So we're losing Sainz, Perez, Vasseur, Giovinazzi and Pourchaire. Alright, top 10 shootout. We're going to do 1 lap on these tyres to build a base confidence. And then we're going to do 2 laps on a brand new set of tyres. See what we can do.
Green light. So let's just concentrate on those tyres and brakes.
Copy.
Max is coming out early, and so is Norris. Could we start the season with a front row lockout? That would be glorious. Gasly's out as well, and now Hajar is coming out. Got an Alpha in the top 10. And the only Ferrari in the top 10, George Russell, now making his way out as well. Still waiting for movement on Stroll, Leclerc and Albon. And there comes Leclerc.
Clear track ahead.
And Albon.
Let's go for it.
Nice big
And Stroll. They're all popping out right as we approach turn 1. Lovely stuff. This could be messy. You might not want to make that bet, Juice. Piastri blocked by Verstappen. No, by Leclerc, I think. Yeah, by Leclerc. That's frustrating. And Max is going fastest in the first sector, but we're on very old tyres. He is not. Just looking to get my driver confidence level up. Max is definitely going to go top with this first lap. And there we go, right on the edge of peak confidence for
Still
Mick.
saying P1.
And
Let's,
for
cool
Oscar
down
as
once,
well.
Copy.
Max is only 2.5 tenths quicker.
Good lap. Cool the car on the way in.
Copy.
Strong performance from Oscar, considering he got blocked by Charles Leclerc. That's impressive to find 2 tenths over Mick. That's a quick time from Gasly. Russell's up there as well. Yeah, it's going to be a spicy top 10 shootout here.
Oh, it's good. Good.
Alright, so let's get rid of these rubbish old tyres. Let's put on a set of brand new softs, fuel the car for 2 flying laps. And let's see what we can do. So we'll definitely see an improvement on the first lap. Hopefully we'll see an improvement on the second lap on top of that.
Let's go there and set some lap times.
Copy.
So start to work on the front tyres and brakes this lap.
Yeah. Copy.
Everyone has set a time now. All on tyres in better shape than ours. But the new rubber is on the track now. We should hopefully get a clean lap here, and then hopefully we'll get a clean lap on the next run as well. Norris is on an out lap, but he's a long way ahead of us, so I don't know if we're going to catch him or not. Everyone else is currently in the pits.
Clear track ahead. Let's go.
You're clear. Clear behind you.
Got plenty of clean air between our two drivers, so they're not going to hold each other up in the corners. Disrupt the airflow. Russell making his way out to start his final run. Improvements from both. Oscar is purple in the first sector. Mick about to cross the second sector split. It's an improvement. Oscar improves in the middle as well. No purple sector this time. Mick crosses the line. And it's enough to go on provisional pole by 0.02 of a second. What about Oscar? Oscar goes even quicker by 0.08 of a second. Right, let's keep an eye on Norris, who's on a flying lap now. He's 4.5 tenths down. We're on a cool-down lap before we run again. Max may be slightly compromising Norris into that turn there. Was it Max or was it Charles? Oh, Charles. Apologies to Max. He's going to get a nice little toe from the back of Hajar here, up to the line. It's not good. Norris does not improve. So Norris is going to be P7 at best. Got to imagine that Charles Leclerc is going to improve. Here he is now.
And track clear, track clear.
It's Mick now winding up to start his final run.
Clear ahead.
And Oscar doing the same.
Go, 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 go.
Both drivers in peak confidence. Currently locking out the front row. Can we keep it? Can we improve even more? Mick does not improve in the first. But Oscar's gone purple again. Russell jumps up to P2. All right, Mick, we need something special. Charles Leclerc now making a run for the line. And it's P2 from Charles Leclerc. Come on, Schumacher. Improve. Improve.
This is
That's an improvement. Doesn't need to find much. He's only 27 thousandths slower than Charles Leclerc at the moment. Oscar's gone purple in the middle sector. This is a mighty lap from Oscar, maybe. Don't know how much quicker he's going. Just know it's a personal best, and it's best in the sector. Mick to the line. Yeah, can't improve. He's fourth. Can Oscar go even quicker? He can by over 0.2 of a second. Right. Max needs to find something mighty to take pole away from Oscar now. Max does not improve. Hajar, the last driver to cross the line, and he's on a cool-down lap. That's it. We have pole position. Better start waxing. Better start waxing, jeez. We have pole position and fourth place for Mick. That is fantastic. What a qualifying start to our fifth season here. Evening Martini. There we go, confirmation of the top 10. It's Oscar from Leclerc, then Russell from Schumacher, Verstappen in fifth ahead of Albon, then the two Astons of Gasly and Stroll, Hajar in the Alfa Romeo ahead of Lando Norris in the McLaren.
The excitement is building, there's electricity in the air, but there's no surprise in that. It's race day.
Bahrain has seen some of the most dramatic races in F1. like Sergio Perez's incredible 2020 victory, surging ahead from being last on the opening lap.
Haroon, what are your thoughts on Mick Schumacher and his chances for the race?
I think it's really great to see them performing at this level, well above what we'd expected. They must be feeling good.
But which team has perfected the strategy that will see them prevail here at the Bahrain Grand Prix?
Strategy. We are going to go medium, soft, soft. There we go. Not going to throw on any extra fuel. We're going to go hell for leather off the line. And let's send them to the grid.
Here in Sakhir, the floodlights are on, and it's nearly time for 57 laps around the Bahrain International Circuit. Time for Oscar Piastri to show what he can do.
They start in P1, but will they be able to stay there? The first corner could be so crucial.
But there's no more time left. We've got a race on our hands. And this is it, the Bahrain Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Oh, it's not a great start from Schumacher. He has been passed by Max. Oscar is going to be under pressure into turn one. George Russell on those softs has just got the edge in traction, but can we stay with him? Well, we tucked him behind. Let's see, Verstappen in fourth, trying to get alongside his teammate again. He's on those soft tyres. Gasly on used soft tyres in fifth place.
Focus on bringing the pack back up. Copy.
Right, let's calm the batteries.
Please do what we can to recharge the battery. Copy.
Just for the moment. I want to make sure I stay with George. Do not want to let him get through or get away from me. Looks like Max is going to get me into the final turns. That's okay. Because we are on the medium compound against those softs.
Pressure on, mate. Copy.
And Oscar under pressure.
Use energy. Copy.
Not Oscar, sorry, Mick. Put the battery on the wrong driver.
Overtaking is available. Copy. Bring the pack up. Copy.
Alright, we just shut down Gasly there. Piastri holding on to third as well. When you say play a career, do you mean you want to actually drive the cars? If that's the case, it's F1. If you want to just manage the team and watch what happens, F1 Manager.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
Copy.
Lift and coast is required for temperature.
Copy.
DRS enabled.
Let's use up the last of the battery now. See if we can get Mick back ahead of Charles. Make sure that Oscar stays in touching distance of Verstappen.
Big lift off.
Copy.
Come on.
If you want to drive the car, then it's F1 from Codemasters. There is no manual driving in these games, in the manager games.
No more DRS.
Copy. Recharge on. Copy.
Alright, so we have dropped off the front two.
The tyres.
Hopefully they'll come back to us a little bit.
We can just focus on charging the pack.
Yep. Copy.
Oh, yellow flag. Oh, it's a lockup from Mick. No, Mick. This needs to change. Drivers having a lockup and then just sitting and letting everybody go through without trying to rejoin. That's destroyed his confidence and probably destroyed his race.
It's all good. We need to focus on the energy now.
Copy.
Keep pushing.
Let's get recharged up behind the Red Bull here. Hopefully we can keep Gasly behind us. He is on softs. Be wary of that. And here comes Gasly from downtown with the lunge, and with those soft tyres giving much more grip, nothing we could do to fight that off, annoyingly. And Schumacher is plummeting down. Another yellow flag. That's Maloney making a mistake, just running wide, I think. Yep.
Here's the replay. Now with the Haas. Oh, and they need to be
running very
these track
wide there.
limits, and they'll find themselves at a disadvantage.
Use energy now.
Copy.
And we are still bleeding time to Maloney. Oh God, 137.4. That's it. Mixed race is over.
Just push on up.
Going to need a safety car to get him back into, a points finish position, a decent points finish position now. He's so far off the pace.
Okay, mate. No more lift and coast needed.
Evening MGL, have I seen the trailer? I have, yes. We'll be watching the next Frontier Unlock stream in a couple of weeks. Get all the information they're willing to share with us. Oh, Mick is 6.5 seconds off the pace now.
Got energy? Yeah.
Pushing the tyres up and the fuel up only gave me 0.2 on that last lap. Oh God, it's going to be so long until he catches back up, pace-wise. Have to really change this strategy now. Boxing very early. Yes, that did say changes.
Do everything you can, mate.
136.7. Pace did pick up on that last lap. It's not good.
No saving required. Copy.
Yeah, chance of a double podium is gone unless we get a safety car. But I mean, I should be able to get him back to the points, I hope. Just need to get that confidence up. as quick as I can. Just having to push him hell for leather in this stint now, and then I'll have to be careful what I do with him in stints 2 and 3. Just dropped off the back of Leclerc and Gasly here. Need to pick my pace up a bit more. Back in that DRS. No, I don't have the fastest car. It's close. Well, maybe I do have the fastest overall package. But Mick's confidence is in the toilet. He lost 15 places by just being sat there on the edge. So, I mean, his stats are terrible right now. -4 modifiers everywhere. Which is why he's so slow. He's now 8.5 seconds off the back of Maloney. Oh God, I missed the DRS again.
You can use energy. Yeah, copy.
I know, I just got it. I just got it. Might have dropped it there though.
Need to focus on getting the pack up. Yeah. Recharge on, recharge on.
This is the worst part of the confidence system as it currently stands. When the field is close like this, you get dropped right to the back with a big mistake, your confidence goes through the floor and you never recover. Or not with any real chance. Doesn't matter how good your car is. Unless you've got a world-class driver. Yeah, your stats are just too low to recover.
Focus on bringing the pack back up. Copy. Just focus on charging the pack. Copy. We need lift and coast. Copy. Can we do lift and coast? Use energy. Copy.
Just try and push forward a bit.
Just keep cruising up to.
Get past one of these two, if not both of them. That's Leclerc.
Sweet. Good job.
Oh, god damn it, we got hit.
You okay?
And now he's going to sit there and let the whole field go
We've had a
through.
crash.
God damn, this is so frustrating.
Now we're just proceeding through turn 4. Cutting it so close. And the impact on the car, it's quite clear. And there'll be more than one unhappy team after that.
Just sits there and lets the whole field go through. And now he stops to let Mick through. What the fuck? At least his confidence hasn't been completely destroyed, but I mean, his race has been destroyed. Jesus Christ. Well, at least Mick gets a little bit of confidence for the overtake. It's something, I suppose.
Let's look after these tyres.
It's Oscar's fault. Of course it's Oscar's fault. He was so far ahead in that corner. Gasly stuck his nose in at the apex where he had no right to stick it, and we get the penalty for that. God damn this game at times. It's so annoying. At least there's no damage to the car. We've gone from being in with a strong chance of winning the opening race and maybe getting a double podium to one car having a chance of winning the race, the other one maybe getting some decent points, to neither car having a chance of winning this race now. I'm now 30 seconds off the lead. "35 seconds if you include the penalty." Hey. I'm going to need a huge slice of luck to get anything out of this race now, of any note.
Okay, we need some more lift and coast, please. A bit more in each zone.
Got to save fuel with Mick. This is just dropping him further and further behind the cars in front. Getting some pit stops already. For Shaw and Joe.
Let's push. Copy. Go get him.
I'm 38 for 4. Jesus. So new softs for Bashaw and Joe. They're going to be catching us up very quickly. I'm going to have to box before they catch me because I can't take the hit and the confidence.
I don't want you fighting.
Can't lose any confidence for Mick from being overtaken, so they do get close to each other. I have to pull him over. I'll lose a big chunk of time doing it, but I'll lose less time in the long run. Max is in. And he's gone for a set of mediums. And we're only just crossing the line now. That's how far behind we are. Let's go one more lap.
And box.
Copy. Box is done.
Box.
Copy. Box.
Need a safety car. Yeah, a safety car or a red flag. A red flag would be fine. Depending on what it is. But something to condense the field back up, yeah.
Box.
Copy for box.
All right, let's get Mick boxing on the next lap so we can at least get a lap of slipstream off the back of Oscar. Or can it? Is he too far away? He might be too far away.
Just put box now.
Jesus, in which case I've just fucked him. He is too far away. Oh, I have fucked him. Oh, god damn it.
No more lift and coast required.
Copy.
Mick's confidence is going to just get destroyed again. Oh my god, there's a crash.
Let's clean it back corner.
All okay?
I don't know what
Jesus
Let's have a look
Christ.
then at turn 6. Tries to get by. Oh, and the car's there, unable to keep
Can't
out
tell
of each
what
other's way.
happened there from that angle.
Teams will no doubt be very keen to establish the full extent of the damage.
And now I've got a damaged front wing. This race is just going from bad to worse. Please don't be Mick's fault. Waiting to find out if I get a penalty before I box him. Now Oscar's going to get picked off by Vershaw. Of course it's Mick. Get the penalty. Of course it is. Well, there goes our amazing start to the season.
Box this lap, please. Box this lap.
Copy, box.
And Schumacher's going to get overtaken here as well.
Box, box.
Tap in a box.
Box.
What? Utter shit show.
Copy that. Exit. Okay, we need left and coast, please.
Let's just see if I can save a load of fuel over the course of the race. Hopefully it's going to be enough.
Overtake is available.
Oscar's confidence has taken a nosedive as well. He went from getting 2 overtakes done in quick succession to put him back towards peak, if not in peak, to immediately just getting hammered by overtakes and penalties. And yeah, now he's going to be a mile off at the back as well.
Copy that, mate.
Absolute disaster.
Could be tight with Gasly.
2.3 seconds stop.
And you are free to use the energy when you want.
Copy.
Slow down.
Copy. Recharge on.
Copy. Okay, we'd like you to slow down, please.
Copy.
Can I at least salvage something with one of my drivers? I mean, I am currently 30 seconds off the points. That is such a big margin to try and close up. Doesn't matter how quick my car is. Means I've got to go a second a lap faster for the rest of the race nearly. That's just not going to happen.
no energy.
Copy.
We need to focus on the energy now.
Copy.
Back off.
Yeah. Copy.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
Yeah.
Let's get some battery back in the car. Get past Gasly as quick as we can. And bolt.
Save fuel, save fuel.
Yeah.
I'm begging for a safety car or a red flag. But as Mamir said, the chance of getting one is pretty rare. I mean, they were common as hell in the first game. Opening race of the season, cars making mistakes at turn 10 every few laps. Safety cars were quite common. More collisions into turn 11. Not so much anymore. And when they do happen, they usually just drive it off. Neither driver in particularly great shape right now. Oscar in better shape. I'm down a new front wing already.
No saving required.
Yep.
Use energy.
Copy.
Right, there we go.
You know what to do.
Yeah.
Got past Gasly. Nice little confidence boost for that. Now I need to drop him ASAP and go after Pourchaire and Maloney.
Okay, push. Let's go.
Copy.
Alright, gas has been dropped. Schumacher should catch him just by dint of being on softs against mediums. Have got some tyre life to play with on these sets, but not a huge amount.
We can just focus on charging the pack.
Copy.
Okay, recharge on.
Copy.
Yeah, this is going to be a very, very painful race. Such promise coming into the new season with a car that genuinely looked mighty. And we got more upgrades to come, so we have got more pace to come in this car, but can't afford these kind of mistakes. Because they will torpedo our season before it even gets going. Big gaps between the two Haas drivers as well. Driving around in the middle of nowhere. A big bunch from Sainz all the way down to Magnussen, 7th to 15th. 9 cars in a train. All getting DRS off the back of Sainz. If the safety car comes out, and depending on when it comes back out, I can get right back in this, but as it stands, I am still 20 seconds off the points. And we are at half distance now.
So focus on bringing the tyres down.
Yep.
Notice we've cleared the negative modifiers now.
We can do it.
Copy.
Just think about looking after this tyre where we need to.
Copy.
See. Sainz is doing 135.2s. As long as he keeps the pack behind him, doesn't let anyone slipstream and overtake him. .134.8 and 134.7. It's only half a second. It's not enough. But I can't push the tyres hard enough. I might just scrape into the points with Oscar. I don't think I'm going to get points with Mick. Yeah, once we get to like 5 or 6 laps to go and a safety car comes out, that's death for us. Because that's laps taken away from our chance to actually get any overtakes in. If I can get onto the pack, you know, get onto the back of Magnussen, then I can fight my way through that pack with the car that I've got. And it'll put Oscar into peak confidence very early on to get there. But I am 18 seconds behind that pack right now. And 18 seconds and change. For sure is in 5th place. Alfa Romeo are certainly getting the benefit of us being where we are right now. They've got both their cars in the top 10.
Come on.
This is the train that we're desperately trying to catch up to. This is 15th all the way up to 8th, up to 7th place, this fight here. There's Oscar. And there's Mick. We are still lapping quicker than the cars we're chasing, but we are burning our tyres to do it. Yeah, I'm lapping quicker, but it's a long way to go to catch up to the train. And it's starting to fragment as well. Sainz and Zhou have broken away from Norris and have pushed onto the back of Verschoor and Albon. So Norris is now the leader of the train and dropping back. And that might help us catch that train if that pace drops off. 135.6. Piastri did a 134.7, so he was 9/10 of a second quicker on that lap. Mick, 9/10 of a second, 9.5 quicker than Gasly. He's going to be on in this lap. Norris now pushing back onto Zhou.
recharge on.
And there we go. So we're now got an even bigger train from 15th all the way up to 5th.
Lift and coast required.
Take some temperature out of these tyres.
Okay, mate, let's keep looking after these tyres.
Okay.
Keep your pace up. Okay, recharge on, recharge on.
Copy.
Alright, buddy, push, push.
Copy.
Okay, recharge on, recharge on.
Yeah.
More lift and coast, please, in each zone.
Copy.
Damn it, I got dropped. Of course, Gazzy's taken this opportunity just as we're closing to suddenly push and pull away again. I'm losing ground to Maloney as well. Oh, God, this Grand Prix is just so frustrating.
Let's pick our pace up, let's go.
Copy.
Let's just get on them.
Use energy. Yep.
Enough pussyfooting around, let's just catch them and pass them. Get the confidence boost and take it from there. Big overspeed. Means I'm giving up the DRS though.
Focus on bringing the pack back up. Copy.
Alright, Mick, finally getting back into a good level of confidence. It's taken 32 laps to get back up to 19th. More laps to go. Not a lot of time. Not 16, sorry. 20... It'll be 25 across the line. Maths is all wrong. Brain is not working properly because I'm frustrated. Right, Oscar has caught Maloney at last.
Copy.
Back off now.
Yep.
PRS disabled, PRS disabled.
Copy.
Recharge on.
Copy.
Energy if you need it.
Copy.
We can push more.
Copy.
Let's give it our all.
Copy.
Bring the pack up.
Copy.
Still 11 seconds off the back of Bottas. Giovinazzi blinks. Is that for mediums? Got to be if he's pitting this early. No, he's going softs. Okay, did not expect that. Oh, Giovinazzi's going to get out in front of Nick. Oh dear, oh dear.
We need to focus on the energy now.
Copy.
They'll come to us. Need to focus on getting the pack up.
Copy.
Right, we're going to box Oscar on the next lap. Hopefully I can get the overtake done before then.
We can just focus on charging a pack.
Copy.
Big PU calling.
Copy.
Excellent. Right. Let's get him in.
Boxing this lap.
Copy, box.
Might as well box Mick this lap as well. Far enough apart that it shouldn't be an issue.
Box.
Copy for box.
Okay, it's recharge on.
Copy.
Let's see if we can maybe get an undercut. Close up the gap by a couple of seconds. At least maybe get them within some kind of striking distance. All right, Norris and Bottas are both pitting.
Box can pit that.
Copy that.
Need some good stops, please.
Good entry.
Copy that, mate.
2.5, that's not a good stop.
Clear on exit.
.4 is marginally better, but still not a great
We should
stop.
have a clear track on pit exit. Back off now.
Copy.
Okay, mate, so let's look after
So
these
we are
tyres.
going to go for a fastest lap attempt. Because Albon still has it, which means it should be easily attainable. The question is whether we can hold it without the benefit of any DRS.
Let's go recharge on, please, recharge on.
Albon and Zhou come in.
Use energy.
Copy.
Evening, Hedgehog. So Albon and Zhou are exiting the pits now into turn 1. I need to absolutely fly on this lap.
Overtake is available.
Copy.
Right, nice. We've got the inside line and a clean exit with the DRS. That will really help mitigate some of the time we just lost in the middle sector. It also puts Oscar into peak confidence. I've got a Magnussen into the pits. And that's an issue for Ocon. That helps.
Big lift now.
Okay, recharge on.
Copy.
Okay, push. Let's go.
Copy. And energy is available. Let's get him.
Right, full confidence.
Save fuel. We've got no energy, no energy.
I'm going to be vulnerable to being retaken here. But not here. I'm going to get ahead of the shore.
No more DRS.
Just.
Yeah, copy.
So we have managed to undercut a couple of people. Yellow flag. That is a mistake from Joe. Somebody else gets to park up for a change.
Right, let's follow the action now at turn 7. Oh, we've seen a few go off the track there, and they might want to take a look at the floor of the car there because that won't do it any good.
Get the tyres down now. Back off now. Focus on bringing the pack back up.
Still going to be in peak confidence. Oh no, apparently not. Could have been in peak confidence. But now we can take a little bit of heat out of the tyres. Hopefully we can certainly rebuild the battery and go again. 8 seconds behind Norris. Hajar boxes. We should undercut Hajar here. And we do, just.
Back off.
Copy.
Mick's still an absolute mile off everybody.
Yeah. Okay, mate, let's try and protect the tyre.
Understood. We need to focus on the energy now.
Yeah, copy.
Right, please let me at least rescue some points for Oscar here. Porsche dives into the pits. Haas had a fastest pit stop of 3 seconds last season. Let's see what they can manage here. Maloney's coming in as well, so they're going for a double stack. And they're going mediums. And it's a bad stop. There he goes, finally released. That's a terrible stop, which does us a favour. That's another car out of the way. And it's a bad stop for Maloney as well. And again, mediums. So Mick up to 18th, 6 seconds off the back of Porsche.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
Copy.
Points are definitely on for Oscar. It's a question of how many. Hopefully I can keep the fastest lap. That's worth an extra point. We can salvage something from this race. It would be nice if Ocon picked his pace up a little bit.
Used energy.
Yeah.
Okay, 15 laps to go. That's not going to get us through.
Bring the pack up.
Copy.
Lift and coast.
Copy.
No saving required.
Yep. Copy.
Energy is available.
Copy.
Pick up the pace a bit.
Copy.
Right, let's get the run. Get back into peak confidence.
Pull out to take some air on the straight.
Copy.
Oh, god damn it. Oh, and of course he's going to sit there and let everybody go through. Destroy his confidence again. Oh, for fuck's sake. This is just... we're not going to get anything out of this race. I've taken a huge chunk out of the tyres by doing that as well.
Yeah, take it easy.
Copy.
Now 13 seconds off Bottas. That's a failed overtake as well.
We can just focus on charging a pack.
Copy.
If we just take it easy on the straight.
Yep.
If I had a Norris or a Leclerc in this car, I would have absolutely cruised to victory in this race. Max wouldn't have stood a chance. hope all the bad luck's happening in this race. Yeah, let's hope. Somehow, I think that's going to be the case. We produced a car that's too much for our drivers to handle.
So you're good to push on tyres?
Yeah, copy.
Let's push, come on.
Copy.
Use energy.
Yeah.
Come on, please, Oscar, just keep it together. All right, back to starting level confidence.
Lift and coast 12.
Yeah.
So take it easy.
Copy.
Use energy.
Copy.
So you've got energy.
Yeah.
Ten laps to find 8 seconds, but it's not just finding 8 seconds, it's getting past 6 cars as well. Oh, Perez is boxing. Why is Perez boxing? Alright, my fastest lap might be at risk. The yellow flag.
Crash ahead, crash ahead, crash ahead.
All right, please be a safety car. Please be a safety car.
Potential debris, right hand side exit.
There's 2 cars right in front of me.
Other contact.
Don't see any front wing damage to either of the Alphas. I'm not sure which one it was. I think it was Sakhir. But there is some front wing damage to Ocon. Not a huge amount, but I'll take whatever I can get right now.
We need some pace.
Copy.
God damn it, I've dropped off Porsche.
Use energy.
Yep.
I think I got him. Means I'm going to be under pressure from Joe. Right, now I've got him.
Focus on bringing the pack back up.
Yep.
Not lapping fast enough. I haven't got the tyres left. Push as hard as I need to.
And you are free to use the energy when you want.
Yep. Copy. Okay, we'd like you to slow down, please.
Copy.
Let's see what Ocon does across the line this lap. How much is that damage affecting him? Couple of tenths.
We need to focus on the energy now.
Copy.
Do your best.
Copy.
Tyres are good.
Copy.
Overtake is available.
Yeah, copy.
I need to get in front of Porsche before we catch Ocon.
No saving required.
Copy.
Use everything.
Copy.
Careful on the energy.
Copy.
Give up the DRS. Porsche gets the position back. God damn it.
Back off.
Yep. Copy.
Big lift now.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just struggling for traction. Taking too much out of these tyres. Oh man.
Okay, recharge on.
Copy. 6 to go.
Wow. What? Oh, for fuck's sake.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
Copy.
Bring the pack up.
Yeah, copy.
Pick up the pace a bit.
Copy.
Can I at least get Joe back? Running out of laps, not going to catch for sure. Don't have any pace.
5 to go.
Burnt up too much of the tyres too soon. Utter shambles this race.
You can use energy.
Copy.
We can just focus on
At
charging.
least I'm in the DRS.
Copy.
No energy.
Copy.
4 to go.
Back off in the high speed.
Copy.
Push on the tyres.
Copy.
Red Bull are now 1-2 as well. To top it all off. Could have been us.
Use energy.
Copy.
Right, suddenly the gap has come down to the cars in front.
We can push a bit more.
Copy.
Save fuel.
Yeah.
Keep going. No lift and coast required.
Copy.
We're at the bottom of the pack, no more energy.
Copy.
2 to go. Do some left and coast.
Copy.
Use energy.
Yep.
All right, that's 13th. Oscar into peak confidence. Is this going to be an absolute Hail Mary end to the lap?
Lovely stuff.
Doing a good job. P13 now. Bit of lift and coast where you can.
Copy.
Alright, ready, push, push.
Copy.
No energy. This is the last lap. Use energy now. We need to push up, please.
Don't think I was close enough to get the DRS. No, I wasn't. So that's it.
Focus on
That is as far as I go. 13th place.
Max Verstappen over the finish line and today's winner.
At least I'm going to keep the fastest lap. But scant consolation considering I don't get the point for it. Can I at least get
Check
Perez?
flag.
Yes, I can.
P13. You drove very well today.
Thanks for all the effort. Thank you.
Ah, what a disaster. 13th and 17th. The pace is in the car, but mistakes like that cannot happen again. Because it will just destroy our season if we have any more results like that. Red Bull have just taken a 43-point lead over us in the constructor standings in one race. Not good. Not good at all.
Now I honestly wonder if Mick Schumacher's day could have got much worse.
It's been a very frustrating day for them, and they lead without any point. That's not the sort of performance we'd expect to see, really.
Well, Max Verstappen can add yet another podium to his already impressive record.
That gives them their first win of the season, and it was really well deserved.
And we've certainly kicked things off in style here at the Bahrain Grand Prix. And down there in the Alpha Tauri garage, Karun, what would they be making of that race, do you think?
Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag here. Some things went their way, but others didn't. I think
Nothing
their
went my
main
way.
now will be
What are we
finding
talking
some
about,
consistency
Karun?
for sure.
And that is about that for this weekend's action here in Bahrain.
The teams now look ahead to the next round, where they'll duel it out in the sand dunes of Saudi Arabia.
Well, there we go then. Confirmation of the opening result of the season. We got the fastest lap and nothing else. What an utter disaster. Max takes the win ahead of Charles Leclerc, with George Russell in third. Stroll and Norris take fourth and fifth ahead of Giovinazzi in the Williams in sixth. 2 Williams in the points tonight. Us getting points as well in 10th. With the Alpines of Albon and Sainz in 7th and 8th. Looking a bit further down, Alfa Romeo just missed out on points in the end. Very close. Both their drivers, are in the train for 10th place. Us just behind in 13th, unfortunately. Bottas gained 4 places to get up to 14th, so a little bit of a recovery there for Mercedes, but not a great race for them either. They've got some work to do. And not a great race for Perez. His late stop did not help him at all. And a terrible race for Gasly, who should have been penalised for the collision with Oscar, but it was Oscar who got penalised for some reason. There's your driver's standings, same as the top 10 from the race. And the constructor standings, Red Bull go top with 43 points. Ferrari in second with 15, then Aston with 12, McLaren with 10, Williams with 10, Alpine with 10, Haas with 1, Alfa Romeo with 0, Alfa Tauri in 9th place, Mercedes bottom also with 0. Let's take a look at the pit stop challenge. Well, not great there either. 3rd and 5th, not bad, but the times not where they need to be. We should be getting 2.2 second stops, consistently. Maybe 2.3s at the outside, and maybe 2.1s. And well, we got that with Oscar, but Mick was way off, unfortunately. Not great in that respect. So we lost money with the sponsors. We failed our finish position. The quali streak stays alive. The finish position streak stays alive. But yeah, definitely needs some work to be done here. No, Yuki is not on the grid. He is out of contract and nobody picked him up. Right, that is where we are going to end tonight's stream. We will be back at the usual time of 8 PM tomorrow for Jeddah. Hopefully things will go a lot better for us there. Don't know if we're going to have a new upgrade on the car by then. I don't think we will. I think maybe Melbourne will be when we get the next round of upgrades. But we'll see what happens. Until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am a very disappointed Jim Bob, and I will be back with some more F1 Manager Hardcore. That's it.